Gentleman?
No, gentleman.
Gentleman.
And not
Hey,
if you ask your mother. That's a one-on-one mother joke, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
How do I sound?
Okay.
Better than I have before.
Better than the last couple shows.
Thank you. Okay, I fixed it.
Great. What was wrong?
Don't want to talk about it.
Okay. It was a dumb mistake by you.
Yeah. I was using my computer audio.
No shit.
Someone could have told me that.
We fucking did tell you that.
I don't know when you guys are telling me the
occasions.
truth anymore. You guys are so mean to me on social media and real life now. I can't tell you if you're being serious or just being meanie pants.
Look, truth hurts, bitch.
I know your fat jokes are starting to hurt me on social media.
Well, the last fat joke I called you, I think all I said was, I didn't say the word fat. I said something not even close to fat, like roly or something.
That's fat. Butch and I have to have a united front about your fat shaming on social media.
I mean, I'm fat. It's not. I can call you fat because I'm fat. It's not like I'm some skinny little prod over here.
True.
I just, I'm just not as fat.
Gotcha.
Speaking of fat,
Fatty.
Bill's old man fit. Whoa, look at that
Look at
cock
that
cat. Wu-Tang, what's up, bro?
Sorry.
Sorry, just got back from a fucking freestyle battle.
Had to go 8 Mile on some asses.
Yeah, what's up, P-Rabbit? You know what? Bill's old man fat. Where like it doesn't really show up in his face, but like everything's a little bit loose. And
like when he goes on those tubing rides in the summertime, you just know. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to take his t-shirt off.
I always take my t-shirt off. I don't care how fat I am.
Those puffy nips have no definition. They're just
our small nipples.
No, I know. That's the over bet of the century. Does Trash Can Bill have small nipples or puffy nipples? Small nipples.
All the way.
Little fucking Tic Tacs.
Oh yeah.
What do you got there? Only the finest Swisher Sweets?
A little bit of White Owls. I love me a good White Owl.
There you go. Stopped at the local bodega on the corner of Queens Landing, did you?
Yeah, Bodega's my favorite. Got a nice one right down the street.
Of course.
Bunnies. I love me some bunnies.
There you go, Bill. Go get a sponsorship from Bunnies.
See how many tails you can get us.
Phone won't turn on. I think
Bunnies, just so you have a reference, Bill, Rich, Bunnies is in the ghetto.
Oh, well,
no, it's not.
Queen's Landing.
It's not really. It's right on
Lake Ave?
No, it's right off.
Look, let's not disrupt any potential sponsors, okay? If Bunny wants to throw us some free Swisher Sweets so Bill can wet his whistle on some White Owls or the fucking trash you're smoking on camera again tonight, whatever, doesn't matter. That's fine. We'll take it. I did just hear under your breath that you didn't get your phone to work, so I'm guessing you haven't read the email yet.
It's coming back. No, I read it earlier. I just pull it up when we're doing it, so I know, like...
Hey, do you remember Pee-wee's Playhouse, Rich?
Vaguely, because I'm not a loser, but go ahead.
Oh, do you remember when they had the word of the day?
Yes, actually, I do.
So can we do like a name siren, like a little party when him and Lou dropped the word of the day for us today?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
this is last week, so I don't know what the calendar is not going to be going through anymore.
When you hear it, you let us know,
and
we'll throw in. Yeah, we can post edit some Pee Wee Herman sound effects in there. Bill is actually a perfect Pee Wee Herman character.
Except I don't jack off in movie theaters.
There it is.
Allegedly.
Jack off in the parking lot before I get in, like a normal human being.
Don't worry, folks. If you saw his hat, you know he has tinted windows, so no one can see. So actually, little fact: if you do, like, YouTube is full of the Pee Wee Herman like story, and it's actually kind of fucking fascinating. He's definitely a creep and a weirdo, but he's maintained a career in Hollywood with like voiceovers and all kinds of shit. And he was actually really considered like a really talented actor at one point in his career. If you ever get high and go down to YouTube binge, Pee Wee Herman's not a bad one.
He came back with Pee Wee Herman too. I don't mean to cut you off, but he came back, and then he was in that Ben Stiller movie where they were superheroes.
kid fucking loves superhero movies, doesn't he?
He'll deny it till he's red in the face, but he loves him as superhero movies.
He's coming with some B movie superhero shit that's no
B?
I've
never even heard of this.
I
bro.
don't know.
Hold on,
what
now
you're
I gotta
talking
look it
about.
up.
All right, you look it up because we're gonna start the show. This is the Civil Mind Sports Show, Wednesday edition, January 20th. Woo-wee. All right, Brady's in another championship game, so welcome to the show. Did you find that there, Bill?
I'm looking.
Okay. Well, while you look, Ray, why don't you update us on what we're quenching our thirst with during the show today?
Well, tonight I am drinking a White Birch Brewing Company Belgium-style pale ale.
Ooh, I like
It's
a good
delicious.
Belgian.
It's delicious. 6.5%, 16 ounce. Yes, please.
Yeah, 6.5 on a Belgian's nice. Still got a little bit of a sweet tank. Bill, you got one over there?
Yeah, I got the Blast Ned
what
IPA.
Is that
Not
the Kenny? Is that the
Kenny
Rogers?
Anderson.
Kenny Anderson,
Anderson.
3-time Mass State champion, USA wrestler supporter.
Yeah, Bill got too fucked up on the last show. That's
he
what
doesn't even-
Ray. That's what Ray was drinking last show. So White Birch Brewing, one of the top brewing breweries in New Hampshire, down there in Nashua. They are open for business, people. So if you're down in the area, pop in. Easy to get to. It's right downtown, right, Ray?
Yeah, it's on Amherst Street, right downtown, off exit 7W. Can't miss it.
Good little spot just to do a little perusing, walking around there. Obviously, be safe with COVID shit, but yeah, pop on down. They got cans, they got flights, they got pints, they got anything you want, and they're open pretty much daily. So check
Great
them out on
tasting
social
room,
media.
too. Great tasting.
Yeah, this one is not bad. 8.5%. The movie Mystery Men with Ben Stiller came out in 1999.
There you go, Pee Wee Herman and Mystery Men. I'm sure Pee Wee Herman would drink White Birch Brewing if he had the chance. So
Yeah, and then
There's-
jack off on someone's head.
there's a promotion for you, boys. The last time I saw you over the interwebs, we were watching the Chiefs barely escape by the Browns after a Mahomes concussion. That concussion is still in question, but let's be honest, Mahomes is going to play.
Got a foot injury too, but yeah, everything sounds like he's going to
Mahomes
play.
is
They're
playing.
optimistic and hopeful that he'll play.
And if not, it just sets up the day for Chad Henne to beat the Bills and for Buffalo Mafia to
break your
Bills
heart, Rich.
Mafia. My heart. It's already prepping. This is me prepping. This is what all Bills fans should be doing. They should be talking negatively, reverse psychology, the whole damn thing. Instead, half, if not all, of Bills Mafia are out here touting like what was the sign they were holding? Bundle up, we're back. From
Yeah.
what? What the fuck are you back from? You've never
First time you're relevant in 25 years, and now you're
never won a goddamn thing.
You're the next best thing since sliced bread, right? They think their fans are just pissing me off. I hope that team burns in a raging fire this weekend.
You're back from being the doormat for the NFC in the Super Bowl. But obviously the bigger story that we did not get to on Monday headlines is Thomas Edward Brady beating the Saints, or should I say Drew Brees beating the Saints, and Tom Brady taking advantage of it. I have a couple thoughts here. Let me get off my chest. Before we went into that game, I made it clear that I did not want to see Tom Brady win a Super Bowl in a Bucs jersey. I have affiliations to the Saints that I want to get into. They are the worst playoff team in the last 10 fucking years. They're 5-7 since they've won the Super Bowl, 3 losses at home in the playoffs. In the regular season, they have the best winning percentage, maybe all time, but at least in the last 10 years, at least since Sean Payton has taken over, they win 70.3% of the time at home in the regular season. Their last 3 home playoff games, they fucking lost. They are the worst playoff team in the league in the past 10 years. And Drew Brees has to retire. He's done. He can't throw the ball past 20 yards. Some of those interceptions were not his fault, but the big one was when they had a chance to go down there and take the lead.
Didn't he fumble too?
Jared Cook fumbled, and that's really what turned the game around. Jared, they were about to go down and get all they needed was a field goal for a double-digit lead. Jared Cook fumbles. Brady gets the ball, gets 6. And that's the story of the day. Brady didn't fuck up at all. And when he was given the opportunity on 3 turnovers, he got 21 points. And that's the game. And now, boys, give me the shit, Ray, because I have to snip on this. I have to root for Tom Brady. It's
Why?
the best story.
No, it's not.
It's the best story. We just said fuck the Bills. Their Bills Mafia is
said fuck
pain
the
in
Bills.
the ass. Fuck Kansas City and their dynasty that they started in 2018. And Aaron Rodgers, I can't take the ball washing. I can't do the ball washing with fucking Aaron Rodgers. And Tom Brady is going to his 14th fucking conference championship. He's been in 9 out of 10. He's been in 9 out of 10 teams in the national championship. Like, he's probably going to win and go to his 10th Super Bowl and win his 7th. I get it. The idea of seeing him in a Bucs jersey and just playing in a Bucs jersey and having to take the onslaught of that douchebag idiot Bruce Arians potentially win and feel like it's his victory sucks. All of that sucks. But the story of Tom Brady doing what Tom Brady is doing has gotten me beyond the sickness I have for the whole Bucs thing. It's just a Brady thing. And I still have affiliation for the Patriots. Next year, I'll be fuck the Bucs. Let's go Pats. 100%. Took me till the final 4 to go, let's go Brady, because it's the best story running. I don't want anyone else to win.
Oh, speaking of that, my mom sent us 3 Tom Brady T-shirts for Christmas. I gave them to Goodwill. True story. I donated them this weekend. No, I'm not there yet. I want Tom Brady, again, to burn in a fiery death the same way I want Buffalo Bills fans to do. I just can't get there. I mean, I think it's a good story for sure, but I do not want to see him win a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. Like, it's cool. Like, as much as I fucking hate him as, like, the person, the fucking talent's still there. You know, I hate him mostly for the way it ended in New England over the last 3 or 4 years, including 2 Super Bowls. You know, the diva, I thought he turned me first, which is kind of the guys we all really hate. And I think that's what Brady did. I do not want to see him win a Super Bowl. I'm pulling for Aaron Rodgers. They've already lost to Tampa Bay once this year, and I think it was like 28-3. They got fucking blown out. Green Bay did. So, I mean, I'm rooting for Rodgers to win. I just don't want to see Brady go to another Super Bowl in a Tampa Bay Bucs jersey. This is the worst case scenario as Patriots fans.
Yep.
We're seeing it right now. You're seeing it right now, and half of New England is rooting and cheering for this guy, and it's disgusting. And I get it. He was here forever, but dude, once you're gone, you're fucking gone. I didn't root for Pedro Martinez, who's one of my favorite players ever growing up. I didn't root for him when he went to the fucking Mets, the Phillies, nothing. He was dead to me as soon as he left this team. That's where Brady is. Fuck him.
Nah,
Fuck Tom Brady.
That's disingenuous, Bill. You didn't outright root for Pedro Martinez, but if he was pitching for the Mets, you weren't like, fuck him. You're like, and I was like, fuck Tom Brady most of this season because of, like you said, the way it ended. And I was the same way with you. I'm the same way in terms of the type of player he was compared to what he turned into. But we're not going to go down this road. But that's a two-way street, and Bill Belichick holds a lot of fucking responsibility for the way that ended too, and the Crafts. So don't shake your fucking head, Ray. Don't be one of these dumbasses.
Thank you. My turn. Thank you.
Don't
Let
be
me
one
go.
of your fucking dumbass. You're not a real fan if you root for Tom Brady. Stupid ass fucking lowest of the goddamn bottom of the totem pole of communication. You can't root for Tom Brady and be a Patriots fan. That's just stupid. I rooted for the Patriots the entire goddamn season and suffered through that fucking Cam Newton experience. And now in the last 4 games, I'm 51% for Tom Brady. The other one would be the Bills. That's the only other respectable storyline to win. That's it. At the end of the day, you're just fans. You're just rooting for what you want to see. Like, go ahead, Ray. Tell me how we're not fans because we have affiliation with Tom Brady.
Let me tell you how the person that no one's blaming for all this. Starting in 2012, my husband can't throw the ball and catch it too. 2018, she requested to go to a meeting with Kraft to talk about how he's not Johnny Foxborough. He can't be treated like the rest of the football team. He's a god. And in 2019, Tom Brady told Al Michaels, "I am the most unhappy 8-0 quarterback." Giselle,
on purpose.
Like Yoko Ono did to the Beatles, Giselle did to the Patriots. She is the reason why he is in Tampa. She pretty much brainwashed this guy to get out of New England because his feelings were hurt and he should have been treated like a god by Bill Belichick. I want all of you to go to work tomorrow and say, "Hey, boss, respect me. Go fuck yourself and see how much you work longer that day because you're going to go home." You have to respect your boss. Bill Belichick was Tom Brady's boss, and he didn't respect him like Bill Belichick didn't respect Tom Brady. So therefore, Giselle is the reason why Tom Brady's ruined the Patriots.
How long do you think he sat and had that rebuke going today, Bill? Because everything we've heard out of Ray's mouth this entire season was about fuck Brady, fuck
Yeah.
Brady,
Now
fuck
it's his
Brady,
wife.
and now it's his wife.
When
Yoko
did we let?
Ono.
You know
what
what?
is-
No,
What's today? Tuesday.
I respect the hot
Thursday.
take that you had. Coming. You knew where I was going to come from. You knew where I was going, and you had a little bit in your pocket there to rebuke it. And you know what? It's not that bad. Here's the problem. I don't think Brady said "fuck you" to Bill Belichick. I don't think he said that at all. I think he went, "Pay me what I'm worth," and they went, "No," and then he left.
Yeah, and all the reports you hear is like Bill, business like usual, he expected Tom to come back. Like they offered
Yes.
him $15 million, and he said no.
Which he should have said no.
Which I don't disagree with. I was fine paying
the
him
report
25.
was 30 million, but they didn't even have the cap space for 30 million. So who knows what the exact offer was?
Yeah, I heard
But
it was 15 on the radio
this
today.
is
but
what
again,
this is what nobody is talking about, and this is my next point. How pissed are we? Because this is also what's kind of fueling my Brady thing. Not that I don't trust Bill, not that I'm denouncing the Patriots next year, but I am fucking angry with the way that the whole team has been handled. They suck. And it's all Bill Belichick's fault. Whether his GM fault, there's no transition at quarterback. His coaching is still at the top of the league, but his roster fucking blows. So nobody's talking about the plan was Brady. The transition plan was Brady.
Well, it was really Garoppolo if you want to go back a couple years. Yeah. So, I mean, that's where the friction started with Bill and Brady was because of Garoppolo was playing so good. And I've said it before on this show. If it wasn't for the miraculous comeback against fucking Atlanta, Jimmy Garoppolo would have started the next season because Brady was gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's been reported he was gone. And that Super Bowl, that was it. You're down 28-3. So, I mean, I think the friction started there.
That's fine, but that was 2016, Bill. This was 2020. You're talking about 3 more seasons after that, 2 Super Bowls, 1 loss, 1 win.
Disrespected them. They disrespected
a lot of shit
him.
that went down with Garoppolo and Brady. Brady was still at the negotiation tables at the end of the day, and if they gave him the money that he asked for, he would have been here. He still would be here. If they paid him what he wanted, he'd be here. That's it. That's the bottom
that's
line.
Brady's fault too.
Giselle or not, that's it. He still went to the fucking meetings. He asked for the money and then they give it to him.
It's Brady's fault because he didn't. I understand where he's coming from, not asking for top of the market. But then when history, every contract they ever had below market value. Now all of a sudden, in year fucking 19 and 20, you want to be paid like you're the top quarterback in the league. So of course, Bill thinks it's business as usual. We'll get it done. This is what's happened every single year. Up until this, he's always taken less money to help the team. It's all about the team. And now all of a sudden, Brady's coming out and saying, I want 25 to 30 million, probably more. He could have asked the Patriots for more. So I think if Brady put his foot down earlier on in negotiations in, say, 2017, maybe it would have been different. Maybe he would have really thought like, all right, shit, we're going to lose this quarterback. We have no succession plan, right? So if Brady put his foot down and was a hard bargain and was a hard negotiator and said, I need to be paid what I'm worth, maybe things would have changed, turned out differently.
Yeah, I don't go down that path, Bill. I think that they had a pretty good understanding of what was going on because of the history that they had with Garoppolo. Look, we've gone through this, and we can do a whole goddamn show on the divorce of Brady and Belichick. I hold Brady accountable at 49-50%. I hold them both accountable, and there's plenty of examples and things that went wrong. Look, the idea that they made it 20 years at that level of professionalism and that level of success in that type of environment is
unheard of. It's unheard of. It's never happened.
The real take is just, look, it just ended because it had to end. And that's honestly probably the most accurate take. But when getting into the minutia and the details of it, I think the Patriots probably could have gotten Tom Brady back if they wanted him to. And now that's the reason why this is such a big deal. Him doing this with statistically the worst franchise in NFL history. He single-handedly brought winning culture to that team and brought them to the NFC Championship. And I kind of have no fucking doubts that they're going to beat Green Bay. I just think they're going to win because it's like, how, at what point in time do you not believe in Tom Brady and at least give him this is why I want to see it. This is it. This is fucking unbelievable. He goes through the Tampa Bay Bucks, and he goes through Breeze, he goes through Rodgers, and then he either goes through Mahomes or he crushes the souls of the Bills again. That's fucking unbelievable.
If he go, I'm definitely rooting for Green Bay, obviously, but it's so hard to bet against Tom Brady in a championship game. I almost said AFC because I'm just so used to seeing AFC championship game. It's just so hard to bet, especially like I get it on the road. Like you can't even at 43, you can't count him out. But I'll tell you what, if he goes through Breeze, Aaron Rodgers, and then Mahomes, if they make it and he wins the Super Bowl, this will be his best Super Bowl, bar none.
Yeah.
Because the road, everyone's always said every single year with Brady, the Patriots, the Super Bowl is the road. Tomato can?
Yeah.
Every
Which
divisional round. He's 14-2 in divisional round games. Think about that. 14-2 in the divisional round. So he's always played a cupcake, right? It's always been the road. It's always been the division. Now he's going on the wild card. He's literally had to win every fucking game on the road this year. The fucking road.
He's never made it to the Super Bowl from a wild card position.
Yep.
So, and the other thing, Ray, the other thing that makes it that much, I don't know if you want to call it impressive, just the spotlight is, the soundbite out of Arians this last day or so.
We have a dick measuring contest, boys.
Yeah. The New England didn't let Tom coach. We let him coach. Fuck Bruce Arians. Fuck Bruce Arians to the fucking moon in his stupid Kangol hat and his face mask and his stupid wrist play sheet. That dude is a fucking tool. Anyway, so Ray, give me your take on the Bruce Arians. Try and avoid your Tom Brady hate for just this and tell me about how much Bruce Arians is a piece of shit.
So then why should you be getting recognition as bringing your team to the NFC Championship game if you're not coaching and letting Tom do everything?
It's Kyrie all over again.
Yeah.
We don't have coach. We have 22 players on the field.
But yet Bruce wants all the recognition saying, this is my game plan. I'm bringing them here. But yet he's letting Brady do all the coaching. The guy's like, it's a double negative right there. Doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. This guy's a fucking walking tit, as Bill would call him. And yeah, I hope they fucking crumble in Green Bay. I hope he gets frostbite on his fucking forehead and has to leave the game mid-game. I fucking hate this team. I hope they fucking all get hurt, tear ACLs, career enders, all of them. Fuck goddamn Tampa Bay. I fucking hate them.
I just hope his face shield gets covered in snow and he can't see his
there we go.
sheet. There we go.
We're going to actually talk to a sports psychologist this week, and we're going to have to bring this subject up because I can see it written all over Ray. All of that hate is boiling from the love that he actually has from Tom Brady, and having to watch this success go on in an organization like the Bucks for a coach like Arians. He can't get past that. The difference between you and me and Ray is I've just got past. I feel all the same things. I've just moved past that hatred stage.
I'm not even angry anymore. Like, it sucks.
That's
like,
because
you have no heart. You're the Grinch. You got like a little heart and a little dick, so it's all fuck comes together.
No, Ray, it's the perfect amount of numbness that he texted us the other night.
Yes.
2 Hendrix, a blunt, and 300 milligrams of whatever the fuck is in whatever the fuck he's chewing on.
It's cookies.
Perfect numbness. That's a t-shirt right there.
There you go. Keep it level, baby. Woo! Yeah.
That coach thing, why you try to take shots at Bill? Like, come on.
He's a cunt.
You're a fucking cunt. It irks me. Arians irks me all the way back to his Hard Knocks days in fucking Arizona. I just didn't like it. I'm a big fan of Hard Knocks. This is why it made me out on John Gruden, out on Sean McVay, out on John.
What is it?
Hard Knocks?
Oh, I thought you said Hard Cocks. Go ahead. Sorry, my fault, Bill.
No, that's what your mother loves.
Ooh, layup.
Great rebuttal.
Yeah, Arians has always been a guy that's,
never trust a guy that wears a kangaroo hat.
He's in that.
Or with Alzheimer's.
He's definitely right up there in the, one of the biggest tool bags, football guy, tool bag, just fits that bill. Just way too cocky for his own good. Never succeeded, really. Never won shit. Did he win one?
Just funny, because have you seen the quarterbacks he's had? Have you seen the fucking, basically Hall of Fame quarterbacks he has? Yeah. 0 Super Bowls to his name.
Yeah. Well, speaking of coaches, good segue. Unless anyone, Ray, have you got it all? Have you chapped all of your hair off your balls with the Brady shit here?
Almost.
I feel like we need to live stream Ray's watching this game. I almost said Patriots because it just.
You probably won't watch, Bill. You probably won't watch.
What time?
Unless you give him the recipe for the perfect amount of numb. He's gonna watch some cartoon.
I have some of that. No worries.
Who's got the first game this year? Is it AFC or NFC?
AFC.
It's got to be AFC. I mean, Packers, Bucks. That's prime time, baby. So hold on. So let's keep it NFL then. Speaking of coaches, Josh McDaniels is very quickly rising in the ranks for the Philadelphia Eagles job. Rumored to take that.
Sorry, we were wrong. It's NFC first. I apologize. NFL got it wrong again. Go ahead. Josh McDaniels. Go ahead.
Josh McDaniels to the Eagles. Thoughts?
Run. Don't take that job because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You go there, there's already quarterback controversy. Jeffrey Lowry,
yep.
Lowry. He wants Carson Wentz. He's the franchise quarterback. He wants him to be the starter. You start that season off 0-4. Wentz looks like shit. You are in fucking trouble. Hurts looks good in training camp. You're in trouble because you can't start him. So you're already going into a quarterback controversy, a locker room that's going to be divided. You're fucked. I would not be taking this job.
Yeah, and Bill, before you go, I think we need to distinguish what Jeff Lowry really wants is he's paying a dude $30 million, so he wants him to play.
Of course.
Whether he fucking cares, he wants him to play and play well because he's paying him $30 million. But let's be clear about the motivation there. And either way, I agree with you, Ray. You're walking into a buzzsaw. And everything out of the McDaniels camp that we've heard over the years when he's been at the top of the list for head coaching candidates is we all thought he was going to Cleveland with Baker Mayfield. We all thought he was going this place, that place, and he said, this is my second
Cleveland
try.
Didn't even want him.
And my last try, so it has to be perfect. And then he backed out of Indy
with Colts. Andrew Luck, but that was a smart move for him because
inevitably in hindsight, but this does not seem like the perfect spot, which makes me ask the question, Bill, has he burnt those bridges enough where he doesn't get the perfect spot? He is at the bottom of the coaching carousel at this point.
Yeah. So the new report that came out, I don't know, an hour ago is that Lowry's souring on McDaniels and he is not the leading candidate now. So it just came out recently. Yeah. I don't think they're a huge fan. He spent like 7 or 10 hours interviewing. His stock is down this year. It was the first year without Tom Brady. You look at the years he hasn't had Tom Brady. Matt Castle had a good years, but with the 18-1 offense, bringing back. Remember the years he had in Denver, not great on offense. And that year that he was in St. Louis, you guys forget that he had Sam Bradford in St. Louis healthy, and he couldn't do shit. He was fired before the season came, and Patriots hired him back before the playoffs. So I think it's low. He didn't get any interviews. Interviews. At least last year he interviewed for some teams. Bill kind of probably fucked him out of the Giants job, truthfully. He held him back for a couple things, and Joe Judge inevitably got that job. So
I think Campbell got a job in Detroit.
Dude.
So this is my point.
Principal.
PC. I was trying to figure out what his name was on South Park. I forgot.
Thank you for bringing
that.
Thank you for bringing that up.
I don't have a brain like yours.
Thank you for bringing that up, Ray, because if Jeff Lowry is the guy that's I guarantee we're not saying that name right.
Whatever.
If he's the guy that's making that decision, he's probably looking at the Patriots offense this year and their statistics with Cam Newton and saying this guy can't do shit. Where I would say this is one of Josh McDaniels' better years. Yeah. The little that he had to work with and as creative that he got, and you can tell that that was the type of offense that he wants to run. He ran it in Denver. Obviously, he didn't have the guy in Tim Tebow who throws paint cans.
Well, that interest in Lamar Jackson. It's not the offense
he could have run with Sam Bradford in St. Louis, wherever that would have turned out. He wanted Lamar Jackson. So you could tell that this is the offense that he wants to run. And if Jalen Hurts is there, even if Carson Wentz is there, with his injury history, maybe not, but especially Jalen Hurts, he can run that offense. So maybe that's what they're thinking. But if the owner's making the decision, they're not looking at that nitty-gritty shit. And hence, a.k.a. Detroit, hiring whatever
PC principal
Dan fucking Campbell. Woo!
Dude, you remember
the Chargers. The Chargers just hired the defensive coordinator for the Rams. I've never even heard of this guy.
Brandon Staley. Yeah, he popped up last year in a couple of rumors. He was the next big thing. Anything attached to the Rams is the next.
But you have Justin Herbert there. Why wouldn't you bring an offensive-minded head coach there to help get this kid to the right place that he needs to be in the NFL right now?
I don't know. I think all that's a fucking crapshoot.
You could bring in an offensive coordinator. If you think a lot of these coaches now, they focus on one side of the ball. They'll bring in. You look at fucking Joe Judge brought in. Who's the guy from Dallas that just got fired? Clapping the clap.
I know what you're talking about.
Jason Garrett.
Garrett. because he knows offense. He sucked as a head coach, but he knows offense. There's not many Bill Belichicks that can coach, all three phases of the game. Most of these guys are, you know what I mean?
Well, it's the John Harbaugh too. Came from special teams, and I don't hate it. The Jets hired a D coordinator too. That's a good hire for them. If you're looking for a head coach, I wouldn't look for a guy with a scheme. I'd look for a guy who can lead. Like that's what a head coach should be.
Like Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, right. Yeah, another good example. Clearly a defensive guy, but he's not running the defense. He's leading a team.
And his offensive coordinator just got hired for Atlanta too.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to get in the weeds of all that shit, but it is interesting. The coaching carousel is moving and grooving, and there's guys that we've never heard of before, except for Bill, because he's heard of everybody, is getting hired, and Josh McDaniels is kind of begging for a shitty job in Philadelphia. Oh. And you brought up a good point, Bill. You texted us. He's getting paid $4 to $5 million as an OC
$4 million
in
bucks
Patriots.
Is what came out today,
probably what he'd get paid as a head coach with triple the amount of work, a billion times the scrutiny, and that could end your career. Just fucking ride the easy train to Belichick's retirement, dude. Like what the hell? Your kids love it here. Your family loves it here. You're getting paid top dollar. I don't know why he would leave, and he probably won't, honestly.
Well, just think about it. $4 million as an offensive coordinator. Again, like a lot of first-year head coaches don't make $4 million. That's the basically the bottom base. I mean, you're seeing it more now in the $6 million range, but what's an extra $2 million to deal with that shit? You're in a perfect situation here. You can ride this out until you're a head coach here. Because eventually it's probably going to happen.
Unless they bring Cam Newton back again, then he should just retire.
Oh, fuck yeah. He'd leave. That's why you go to the Eagles. That's probably why he wants to go to the Eagles. They know bringing Cam back is like, get me the fuck out of here.
How big of a gun can I buy for $4 million? Because I'm just going to fucking end myself.
I heard this guy in New Hampshire, I could call for that. Boop, boop, boop. Gately.
It's called a tank.
Dude, I'll tell you what, though. Drew Brees is just bad at throwing the football this year. That guy watching that fucking game against Tampa, he cannot throw.
Well, he had 11 broken ribs. I mean,
but even before that, he still didn't have it. Like his arm is dead. Like that's why I look at Michael Thomas at 144 catches last year. How many were over like 6 yards, 7 yards?
Yeah, he wasn't as bad at the beginning of the year as he was at the end. But when you're 42 years old, that's going to happen.
You showed your age this year.
No. He has to retire. He has not ruled that out. But we'll see. We will see. All right. We got to move quick here, okay? That was a lot of NFL talk. Rightfully so. The Tom Brady era is still going on in the NFL, and it's fucking bananas. But your Bruins, Bill lost 1-0. They have still yet to score 5-on-5. I know that your optimism is high on this team, and it's interesting to see, Ray, you can really see the heart that Bill bleeds for the Bruins. Small dick, big heart. And for the Bruins.
Can't lose. That's
why he hates Ray Bork and hates Phil Esposito, but apparently loves this forward group for the Bruins because you believe do something.
I don't love it.
He loves pasta.
I'm just hoping.
How many goddamn texts did we get about DeBrusque last year? And now many. I think he can make if these guys take the next step.
I'm trying to think positive here, but he has not looked good until they moved him up the number one line against Islanders. They look better against Islanders, but they can't put the puck in the net. I think getting Pastrnak back is better because at least you're going to have that number one line. You're going to bring back, your number one option on the power play. That's big too because right now you're not even scoring power play goals. You have the bum and Nick Ritchie, believe it or not, has been your best forward through 3 games. Nick fucking Ritchie. That's saying something. And again, no preseason, a condensed training camp. I'm not holding against him. Talk to me and if you hit game 10 and we're still there, then I'm going to fucking hit the panic button.
Hold on. If you hit game 10 and you haven't scored 5-on-5.
No, but like if they look this bad, if the offense
fired by that.
No, I'm telling you right now, if the offense looks this bad 10 games in a shortened, 56 game season like this, now it's time to hit the panic button. Now you need to start going out and addressing your issues sooner than later because once the trade deadline starts, you're going to look at more teams that are going to start buying because everyone's going to try to get in with, especially in this division. Buy now where the fucking prices are low. Dubree, whatever his name is, sitting out there in Columbus. It sounds it might be more media driven between the hate between these guys is the thing I'm reading right now. But if he's available, at least pony up some kind of assets, maneuver some salary cap, do whatever you need to do. Go out and get this guy. You can bring him in on a nice bridge deal. Get him. You got to. No, I was not for it because you wanted to trade Brandon Carlo. That's the only reason I said.
All right, listen, Bill, I'm not going to fall into your I'm right in this situation because of whatever bullshit details you want to bring up. I said, whatever deal makes sense, go get this guy because your forwards after the first line are putrid, and that's the.
I wanted the guy from the Islanders.
Those are the facts. Another fact: Nick Ritchie is the highest drafted player you have on this team, 10th overall and first round pick. Look, Pasternak is excellent. We know that. He also has an injury history. We know that. I don't think he's a guy that you can rely on to say, like, if he's healthy and playing at the top level, I think he saves your team. But I don't know if you can rely on Pasternak to save your team. I don't think he's that type of guy. I don't think. Let's hear from hockey guy Ray quickly before Bill goes into another soliloquy about the forwards might be able to get to the level.
No, I agree with Bill. It's 10th oldest team in the AHL. You had no training camp. You only had 3.
AHL.
What'd I say?
AHL.
Oh, you only had 3.5 months off. I mean, these guys have to get their legs underneath them. I mean, they're the old team. Let's see what happens when Pasta comes back. But like I said in our text, I'd rather them start off slow and then pick up the pace later on the season, then pick up the pace early, play great, and then fizzle out come playoff time. So
spin zone of the century. I absolutely love it. The one good, the good thing here, speaking of age, is quest for the butthole tattoo is on because Tuukka has looked good. Even and now, if that means he has to skip every other game in this truncated season, then
I'm fine.
Maybe
I'm
that's
honestly,
what you got to do.
I'm fine with it. Give him 25 games, 30 games. Keep him at that threshold. Get into the playoffs. Get him hot.
The desperation in Billy Graybeard's fucking voice right now for this Bruins team. And I don't want to toot yet because we're 3 games in, but I told you the bar should be lower on this team unless they make a big move. That's why I'm so fucking mad. I texted you. This offseason was a fail. They needed to do something significantly different. They're going to end up in the middle of the pack. They're going to end up lower than what they did last year unless they make a significant move. Everyone played above their skates last year. They all played above the level that they should have played until you got to the bubble after COVID fucked everything up. That regular season, everyone was playing above their heads. That's not the team that this team is. It's not. Jake DeBrusk, fuck Jake DeBrusk. Get him off the team. Get him out. Kashik, get him out. They're not the guys.
He sucks.
They're not the guys.
I don't like Kashik. Like I said, I'm optimistic on DeBrusk. I have been the biggest DeBrusk hater on this fucking on this show for sure. But I'm trying to talk myself into Jake DeBrusk because they did sign him, so we're stuck with him for another 3 years.
Yeah.
So I have to talk myself into him. Give Craig Smith time. Game 3, he's only played 2 games. He's been a little beat up. Just give it a little time before we start hitting the panic button.
Okay.
Quickly, Rich, before you move on. Remember in Miracle when they had that great speech, the head coach gave that great speech? We need to write something to Bruce. Yeah, we need to write to Bruce Cassidy about the butthole tattoo. Get this team motivated. Get them inspired by something to go for. That thing, I think that would.
It would be nice if Bill actually just. We won't actually tattoo it, but one day if you could just let us Sharpie just a drawing, just so they could see what it would look like in permanent. That would be great.
Rich and I see my asshole.
Rich and I have been sending each other pictures of what we should do.
On our own assholes. We've been drawing it on our own assholes.
Mirror everything
to each other. It's not good because we can't see what we're doing.
No.
But, this is our motivation, Bill. This is our desperation where yours is focused on Jake fucking DeBrusk. Ours is ravaging your butthole with a tattoo gun. So,
well, if they keep losing like this, that bet's looking better and better.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good. All right, let's move along. Just a quick Celtics 30 seconds. They got the 76ers back-to-back. They got COVID problems again. Jason Tatum is not traveling and Carson Edwards is not traveling for the first game. They're to be determined for the second game in the back-to-back. I just think it's a heat check. Whether you have Tatum or not, 76ers were the best team in the league through the first 5 or 6 games. You technically have the best.
They're 7-2.
Probably not.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, they were. Yeah,
they were.
Celtics technically have the best record percentage-wise. Obviously, 2 or 3 games back because of COVID at 8-4. But I think it's a good heat check game. The 76ers are playing much better under Doc Rivers than they did under that fucking main bum that they had before. So
they got a nice little piece. What, Maxey,
yeah.
Who Houston wanted him in a James Harden deal. That deal was basically done. Their agents called Ben Simmons and him and basically said pack your bags, and then they flipped him to Brooklyn. So that Philly's looking good. I like Doc Rivers as a coach. I think he's overrated, but he's a solid coach in this league. He's been handed some pretty big fucking star talent all the way back to Orlando, and he's got one NBA title to show for it. So
Yeah, it's a good way to put it, Bill. And we're gonna go long, so
That's
whatever.
fine. I got plenty of time.
Thank goodness.
That's a good way to put it.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah.
Billy Lovebug, we're getting fucking his way and eating like Lady and the Tramp spaghetti out in the fucking alleyway.
That was so stupid, Ray.
Rich laughed. That's all that matters.
I did. I just had a great idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna get through this basketball talk, and then we're gonna call the next segment. Ah, shit! I just had it. Fuck. The dawn hour, the twinkle hour, whatever. The after show, the dark show. It's not late night talk. It's actually just early morning. Sun's not up yet, but we're gonna talk baseball when all of these
hour.
These old motherfuckers get up at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning and make their coffee and read the paper. That's where we're gonna talk baseball. So that's where that's gonna be released.
So you're talking about me.
Yeah.
We should have jumped on last night. I was thinking about it after we got done talking. I was like, man, we just had like 40 minutes of solid baseball talk. Could have.
Well, we have to go by your schedule.
I would have loved the response from Raymond if you asked us to get on the podcast last night.
Well, I thought about it later. I was like, fuck. I was just sitting on the couch drinking, smoking.
God
sounds
forbid.
busy. Sounds like you had a busy day.
Ray, you and I should quit our jobs and just sit around and wait for Bill to get the inspiration to talk.
That'd be awesome. That'd be fucking amazing.
What a fucking cunt. Shit. Yeah, I lost what we're gonna call that. Baseball after dark, just before the sunrise or something. I'll make some shit up.
Oh, dark 30.
Oh, dark 30. I shit my pants again. All right, let's jump back in. We got to continue the conversation about the. We also lost continuity because now Ray's at the bottom of the screen. Bill's. That's okay. It's all right.
Oh, mine's been the same.
Well, I know, Bill. I know
Actually,
that's
I don't
how it
know.
works for you.
I don't know.
Doc Rivers is a good coach. He's overrated, but he's a good coach. That helps the 76ers. I agree. We know that there's talent there, but I still don't believe in. Ben Simmons will never be a NBA postseason player because he can't shoot, and Joel Embiid is a dog. So I just don't have faith that those guys can beat you. So that being said, Ray, you're quick. Give me a quick Celtics thought here as they roll into hopefully a doubleheader with the 76ers if COVID doesn't screw it up.
Yeah, if COVID doesn't screw it up. Hopefully Tatum comes back for the home game against the back-to-back for this. But yeah, this is a heat check. I mean, you just got blown out by the fucking New York Knicks by 30 points. Now you're playing one of the best teams in the East, so this is going to be a true test for these guys. Brown, Pritchard, hopefully Kemba looks better than he did coming off against the Knicks the other night. But yeah, this is going to be a true test coming up.
Yeah, we should expect Kemba to gradually improve there.
Slowly, but he has to play like more minutes. He can't just be coming off and getting hurt like a hip check from a guy that weighs 170 pounds.
Again, you're down by double digits. You can't knock him for the Knicks game. It's his first game since September, October. No training camp. He's been coming off a knee injury. Of course, you're not coming back in that game. You're not coming back. So if you get banged up, it's all right. Sit down. Call it a night.
That's an NBA loss. That's an NBA loss.
Yeah,
that's a good team.
You're short. You're shorthanded. The Knicks been playing well. They're well coached under Thibodeau.
It's also a weird. We're in a
throwaway game.
We're in a weird position with NBA and Celtics and COVID and all of it going on. Like there's no momentum. I have no momentum for the Celtics team. It's like they're playing, they're not playing. So it's a little bit weird. But I do quickly before we get into baseball 030 or whatever the fuck you called it, Bill.
Dark 30.
There we go. James Harden and Kevin Durant have played in 2 games together. They are both averaging over 30 points. Kevin Durant is the best player in basketball in the world right now. I don't think that is questionable. And James Harden looks motivated and very, very good. And they look very good. Breaking news, Ray, Kyrie is scheduled to come back for the game tonight. Is he playing tonight? Does anyone see?
Yeah, he was back at a press conference Tuesday. Back with the team, addressed the media why he left. All indications is he's playing tomorrow as long as I think the test. I'm pretty sure he passed the COVID test, so he should be playing tomorrow or tonight, I should say.
Yep, Wednesday tonight. And Kyrie's quotes of why he missed was, "I had a lot of things going on, including some family stuff, and I'll leave it at that," and refused to answer any questions.
I just needed a break. I needed a break. I needed a reset.
I gotta tell my boss
seven
that.
games
I'm gonna tell my boss
into
that
the
tomorrow.
year. 7 games in the season, you
I need
need
a
a
break.
fucking reset. God, I hate this cunt.
Ray,
Hey.
do you give this team a chance with Kyrie coming back?
First of all, we're not talking about the elephant in the room.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
How the fuck did James Harden lose 50 pounds in like 6 days?
Fat
I need to
suit. It
I need-
had to have been a fat
I need to
suit.
know this. I need to know this because I'm not very slender, and if there's a way I can lose weight 7 days, I'll probably try it.
Do you think he's wearing Spanx?
Bill, what do they call it on the street? What do they call it on the street in Queens Landing? The old bumpity bumps.
Cocaine. Crystal meth.
These
Heroin?
professional athletes, they can call up A-Rod. Didn't I just see A-Rod's getting sued for something? Should have been on the story, but yeah, no, these guys have the supplements and training and shit that they can drop it at any point in time. But I just don't think you're getting the angles. I just don't think you're getting the right angles on
Oh
TV.
no, you're getting the right angles. You're getting the right angles. He's fucking slender now.
No, he's
Fuck
Spanx
you,
in
he's
it.
not slender. Yeah, first of all, he's never been
women wear,
slender.
they
Well, not
suck him in, right? Spanx.
Spanx,
That's what
yeah.
he's wearing. That's what he's wearing under his uniform. Guarantee it.
Yeah, that's what your mother wears. I have a fact.
Jesus, Ray. I think I'm gonna have to beep that.
Too far, Ray. Jeez.
Just like
Too
no,
far. You talking about how I was
absolutely no
burnt
flow.
sideways?
You have no flow.
no tact on that at all, Ray. Just no grace. Ugh, God.
I'm sorry.
You
sorry,
scream at
baby.
us to get a shitty joke in.
Look, let me just give you my thought on the Nets and the dumpster fire that has already exploded, and now the ashes are coming down and the smoke is simmering. But people think it's gonna be okay. Kyrie coming back is going to ignite this motherfucker again. The idea that people are going nuts over Kevin Durant and James Harden averaging 30 points in 2 games. Hey, can you not just identify a situation? It's the honeymoon stage. They wanted to get to this point. They got to this point. These teams, these superstar teams, are all judged based on the adversity that they hit. And when they hit adversity, what do you do? And the whole point, the whole idea of this team and why people were so shocked that it happened is because you have 3 of the worst professional athletes at handling adversity as a leader. All 3 of them suck. They all suck at it. And they don't just suck at it. They drag their teams down with them because of it. So just wait. Just wait. Just fucking wait. Talk to me in May.
When's the first Harden strip club scandal?
That's
What's
a
the
good
date?
question.
What's the
Over
date?
under.
20th? What's the date? 20th?
Over
Like
under.
Valentine's Day.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's good. That's
3 weeks?
that's less
3
than a
weeks?
month. That's not bad. Valentine's Day is a good one. Yeah, he's probably got some.
Over under, Rich.
I'm going over. I think
I want over too.
I think it's playoffs. I think that they are now in a position. They've already gone through like the drama. Kyrie may opt out. Kyrie may do his own thing, but I think James Harden and now Kevin Durant has someone that he can rely on other than Kyrie, which is Harden. And I think Harden probably is motivated based on everything that has gone on. And I think that can carry them, and they can do well with that. But there's still the on-court shit that has to go on, and there's still, you have to come up against good teams and beat them. And when shit doesn't go right on the court, I think that's when we haven't seen them. We haven't seen them have to deal with things not going right on the court yet. We've already had to deal with off the court because Kyrie Irving is a fucking lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lunatic. But let me say this one thing, because I just saw the headline that he bought George Floyd's family a house. So let me hedge all of my bets saying that Kyrie Irving, by all accounts, is a very generous, humanitarian, good person.
Off the court. On the court?
It can't excuse his behavior within the NBA and how he acts as a teammate and the way that he makes his money and the platform that he's given to do all of the humanitarian things. In that sphere, he sucks. He's a douchebag. He's a shitty guy. Outside of that, he seems like a fantastic human being. And whatever his morals or ideology and whatever the fuck it is, just go do it. But don't be an asshole. Just be regular when you need to be regular. Talk to the media. Good game, bad game. I need to be better.
Bill.
Teammates need to be better. Try to be better than Bill.
Tough.
All right, boys. This has been the Simple Minds Sports Show, Wednesday edition, January 20th.
Oh, baseball?
Follow
Jesus fucking Christ, Ray.
Christ, Ray. Please stay tuned as we move into Bill. Please, what's the new segment called?
The O Dark 30 hour.
Oh, Dark 30. As in, I just threw my back out because I'm old as shit, and I woke up at 4:30, and I want to listen to some baseball talk on my old-timey radio. We're going to do that after this. So if you have any interest in baseball, we'll be doing after this. If not, bye-bye.
Go buy some White Birch Brewing. Bye-bye.
White Birch. Bye-bye.
We already did the White Birch.
You said you wanted to do it twice the show.
No, I didn't.
Didn't he not say that at the last show, Bill?
I agree with Rich.
God damn.
And now we got to talk baseball.
So I have to sit here for a half hour and talk baseball?
No, you can leave. I loved how you asked that question. Hey, why don't you guys ask me? And I'm like, are you is this serious? Is this a fucking serious question?
I can, like, you play with the basketball, like you think you know anything about basketball.
I know more about basketball than you guys think I do. I mean, I don't know like the X's and O's about the game, but I know decent amount about.
You know what
you said? Fred VanVleet should be a fucking max player. That null and voids anything you've ever said about basketball.
He almost got max money. Bill said, I know more about basketball than I think I do, but he changed.
But then you think I do.
That's the headspace that he's in.
We're
going to talk fucking baseball, Ray, because Boston's a baseball town, or it used to be at least, until the Red Sox started being assholes and the entire sport decided to be a dead wasteland of space, which is a lot of things that we can get into. If you want to get into that, we're not going to do half an hour, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Actually, real quickly, let's just go through a couple rules here, okay?
Sure.
So Manfred is pushing for, and I actually don't think it's still decided yet.
I read in the Nightingale reported it, but that's why I said, all right, cool.
They haven't decided on it.
But no, it's still
pretty much decided, but they haven't yet. What we're talking about is starting extra innings with the man on second base, and also having 7-inning doubleheaders. Let me just say, the man on second base, we both agree, fine, no problem. Let's do it. Go for it. The 7th-inning doubleheaders is just stupid. It's just dumb. You can't have competition be regulated when you're playing two different games.
Well, they're building it for COVID.
7-inning game, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fucking shit
dude,
you can build in for COVID. That's fucking dumb. And they're not just building it for COVID. They know they need to change the game, and this is one of the things they're trying to do. And it's not. It's not going
to work. It's not going to work.
They're trying to do that to speed up the game. Why don't they just do the pitch clock? But obviously, the players will never agree.
Players' union does not want a pitch clock, but it will come eventually. It will come eventually. It's already in the minors. That's the first step. Get in the minors, and then it'll be up. Any rule change they really want to implement is they do in the minors first.
Games are so long and boring. That's what they needed. I think this is like their first step into like progressing the game.
Here's where I'm going to push back against you and any of these idiot baseball people about the game being too long and boring. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I should not have to stay up till 3:00 in the morning and watch a 21-inning game in the World Series from the Red Sox. Ever. No one should have to do that. No one should have to spend 7 hours doing anything for sports. The NBA is 2 hours, 2 hours, 45 minutes. The NFL is over 3 hours. NHL is upwards of about 3 hours. Baseball can get away with being 3 hours. It's not the total length. It's the pace of play. It's David Price getting the ball, scratching his nuts, sniffing, snorting, grabbing his rosin bag, shaking off his sign, stepping off the mound, coming back on, then throwing, and the batter taking 7 pitches because all they want to do is hit a home run or strike out. The game has evolved to the point where it's unwatchable. And this – excuse me, let me go for just a second. This is where baseball people are fucked and stupid and Nimrod. They don't want to change rules of the game because they don't want to change the tradition of baseball. Well, that's already been changed. The entire game is different. It's not the same. The game's been around for 125 fucking years. First of all, you screwed it with your labor disputes in the 80s. Second of all, you screwed it with your steroids in the 90s. Third of all, you've screwed it by not adapting to the internet era where people look at things on their phones for 5 seconds and shake their hands and can't watch anything else. So your game's already changed. The game's already different. So not to adapt your rules to get there like every other fucking professional sports league has done in the past 25 years is insanity. It's absolutely insanity, and you can't even necessarily get on Major League Baseball for this. It's the fucking players union that don't want to change because they don't want to adapt to it and struggle at the plate for half a season or whatever the fuck because they've changed some rules. So everyone's to blame in Major League Baseball, including the players. And we've talked about this before, the game is going to die because the only people that want to watch it are 65-year-olds at 4:00 in the morning waking up for their coffee, like Bill.
Yeah,
it's just so fucking infuriating. So let me give you 2 quick ones for me, Bill. The easy one, pitch clock, make these guys throw the ball. Second one, which no one is talking about, and I don't know why, expand that strike zone and make these players hit for average. Or push the fucking fences back so they can't hit home runs. So they have to hit for fucking doubles.
Just 100% agree.
Why not?
I completely agree. The game has changed. You think back, I'll tell you, you think back to the 04 Red Sox. Mark Bellhorn struck out, 190 times? That was basically the record.
Yeah, we said he sucked.
We said he sucked, right? What happens 17 years now? No one gives a shit about strikeouts anymore. You could strike out 250 fucking times in 600 at-bats. No one cares because if you hit 40, 50 home runs, that's all they fucking care about. And it's a joke. I hate it. I like real pitching duels. I like guys actually having to hit for average, not all the strikeouts. That's what made, thinking back to Pedro more impressive is he was dominating in the steroid era where guys that were fucking mashing and guys that were hitting for average. You had guys in the league. If you look at the league average back in the day when Pedro was 275, 280, you look at league average now, it's probably 250. 245, 250 because
Larry
one cares.
Walker almost hit 400 average that one season.
Tony Gwynn hit 394, I believe.
And Larry Walker was up there too, wasn't he? He was
Nomar hit 370. Larry Walker, I think, in the straight short.
You have to remember what these think about the guys who've talked about it, the anabolic steroids. It's not necessarily the power that they're increasing. It's the idea of being able to fight through injuries and keep their endurance up. So your stretches of bad hitting are lowered. So you're mathematically, Bill, don't try to stay soft on this one. Your average is going to stay high if you don't have a JBJ month of 215 hitting followed by a JBJ month of 415 hitting. If it's all just 312, then because your body is maintaining on the steroids that you've put into it, that's the steroid era. Yes, Barry Bonds hit 75 fucking home runs or whatever he hit, and it definitely helped his power. But it also did, it helped him not get injured. I knew it was 73, Bill. I said 73 because I baited you into that fucking Rain Man comment. No,
but that's what makes Mike Trout so impressive. Because he'll hit 35, 40 home runs, and he'll bat 330 to 350. He's like the typical guy from the steroid era. You know what I mean? You look at years that fucking Brady Anderson hit 50 home runs and hit 325.
Brady Anderson.
You know what I'm saying? But those are the type of seasons you have. You have a guy that hits 40, 50 home runs. Look at fucking Joey Gallo down there in Texas. He'll flirt with 50 home runs every year. He bats 210. The year before last was an outliner. That was the first year he hit. I think he hit 240. But the years before that, he was Aaron Judge too. You look at Aaron Judge, terrible hitter, but he'll hit fucking 50 home runs. It's disgusting.
Giancarlo Stanton. Aaron Judge is 29.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
doesn't seem old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, good segue. We can talk the state of baseball and what to do to fix it, and can they fix it? We can talk about that all night long. We did all summer long last summer. But let's get into a little bit more recency in the quote-unquote hot stove that is chillingly cold for the Red Sox. Here's some updates. Their one-time top prospect second baseman C.J. Chatham was traded to Philly for a player to be named later and some cash so they could open up a spot in their 40-man roster. One of those spots being taken up by our bottom of the totem pole's favorite player, Dustin Pedroia. who now I'll get to you, Ray. Dustin Pedroia has said that he's not going to continue his comeback efforts over the past 3 years.
Thank God.
And he will end up, and they are expected to come to some kind of settlement in January that will open up another roster spot. But it just goes, not a good look. I mean, I guess, I don't know much about this Chatham kid, Bill. Maybe you do, but it's not a good look, if you had high expectations for one of these guys and maybe he still has some potential and you're fucking shipping him out for basically nothing so you can open up a roster spot because Dustin Pedroia is still making $16 million on your books and you can't get him off. Like, that just screams kind of mismanagement. And then real quick, and I'll throw it over to you guys, we just saw, we know this team needs pitching. John Lester is a Red Sox legend. He just signs for nothing, $5 million one-year deal with your Washington Nationals, Raymond. So, long story short, and we'll get into some of the free agents left here, we were promised a series of moves by the Red Sox moving into the season. We've got none. We've got none since that came out, and the moves that we have seen have been, I don't know. I don't know what to call it. It looks like mismanagement.
Yeah, the Chatham one is kind of Dave Dombrowski value in this guy more than the Sox do. He just took over in Philly. He had no future in the Sox. He hasn't been really good. He was just a high draft pick. I think he was a first or second round draft pick. He wasn't, he's not. Jeter Downs is blocking him at second base. Anyways, really had no future of the team. They've been down on him. Dave Dombrowski reaching back for a shitty draft pick that he made. It just shows kind of the ineptitude of
that's Philly baseball right there, Ray. That's a little bit of insight that I didn't think of. So okay, that makes sense.
As far as Pedroia, it's worth it. Heart and soul for this fucking team. Heart and dude.
Go ahead, Ray. This is the time.
This guy hasn't played in 3 fucking years, taking $16 million that you could be going and spending on someone. And he's fucking just sitting there, won't retire and won't come off the books. What a grade A fucking douchebag cunt this guy is. You fucking idiot. You fucking Red Sox underwear loving douchebag. How the fuck can you respect this guy anymore? You guys are fools for liking this guy. Retire, get off the team. Let's get this fucking cap space. Jesus Christ. Oh my God!
I wish we could end the show right there. That was beautiful. That's one of the best goddamn rants Ray's ever had.
Thank you.
Here's the thing, Phil. He's not worth it, Ray. He's going to settle by the end of this month. He'll be off the books. You can't give him shit for trying to extend his career. It's not like he was off, stroking it to 45 minutes worth of porn in Arizona. He's been trying to get back on the field for 2 years. He's been on the field once or twice, and his knee just didn't work. And you
hate to see it. You hate to see a guy like this end it like this, a borderline Hall of Fame player end his career because he can't fucking walk. This is something he's gonna live with forever. Guy gave it all, tried to come back, he couldn't do it. Yeah, he turned a little cunty, but so did Tom Brady, and people still fucking love him.
Right? I don't love him.
I do. And I also love Dustin Pedroia.
Wow, this is going like a low blow for Bill. Like, he's actually bad that I said something bad about Dustin Pedroia.
Well, you're an idiot. You're Dustin Pedroia.
The only thing he deserves was the Machado shit. That was it. Everything else, he got cunty because of the Machado shit. Everything before he's 2-3 World Series, MVP, batting title, MVP. Gold Glover, dude. What does he have to do? What more did he have to do to prove? Yeah, because he got hurt. Retire. So what if Tom Brady got fucking hurt 3 years ago and tried to come back for the last 3 fucking years and just took up money on the salary cap? You would not fucking say that. You're a fucking hypocrite. You would not say that.
You're an asshole.
Say that.
You're an asshole, Ray. It's not the money, actually, in this point. It's the 40-man roster. The money, you're the Boston Red Sox. The money doesn't goddamn matter. The money doesn't fucking matter.
Well, apparently it does, because we have no
$12 million this way,
right? It's
right?
not the money.
$12 million fucking dollars.
You bottom of the
What happened last year? What happened last year, idiot? They couldn't spend any money because they wanted to get under the luxury tax.
They couldn't. It's that they didn't. Don't get mad at Dustin Pedroia. Get mad at John Henry and his cheap ass that wants to go spend money on Liverpool in your stupid, beautiful game over there in fucking London. And his failing goddamn businesses in Nesson that can't get on any broadcast because they suck and they have zero programming. Don't get mad at Dustin Pedroia's measly $12 million fucking bucks trying to get back on the field.
Can I have a
Get out of here with that shit. Here's the problem with this. He said that he's going to retire. He needs to do it sooner rather than later because that 40-man roster spot needs to be taken up. Pitchers and catchers report in February. You need to be off the spot because they do need to fill that. They do need to fill it.
Speaking of that, free agents.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Need to get some
Before you
free
go
agents.
before you go any further, maybe if he retired earlier, YouTube TV would have Nesson on. But no.
Okay.
Well,
you
stop
deserve.
streaming.
I don't know when the last time I muted you, Ray, but there's one because
All right, Rich, free
that
agents.
was fucking stupid.
I want to tell you. Can I tell you a way I want to go here? And
Yeah.
I mentioned it in the text.
Can I just list? Can I just give you the list and then you tell me what you'd like to see? All right. Here's the biggest names of the free agency list left. And if someone had signed between the last time I wrote this and I'm saying it, I'm sorry. George Springer, center fielder, still there. JT Rellamuno, is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
Trevor Bauer, Marcelo Zuna, Marcus Simeon, Masahiro Tanaka, James Paxton, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Jake Odorizzi are all guys still left that either have the name recognition or the Red Sox have been linked to. So, Bill, why don't you give me your best case scenario as we wrap this up?
I would love to see him go after Tanaka. Truthfully, he's produced really well in the AL East. It sounds like he's going to come in around 15 million on a 1-year deal. If you can kind of sway him from not going to Japan, I think that would be a perfect pickup. He's a veteran guy. He's won a lot of games in this league. He had a 3.7 ERA last year in a short season. Only missed the first 2 games. Came back healthy, strong. It's the kind of guy you want. I'd actually look because you're trying to shop Benintendi right now. So I mean, if you're looking to fill that. That void right there. I mean, Marcelo Ozuna, you could play him in right and left field. That's about at Fenway. You can hide him like you did Manny Ramirez. Manny Ramirez was a terrible outfielder. I'm not comparing him to Manny Ramirez, but his outfield style, Manny Ramirez.
And not to interrupt, the Red Sox have been linked to Ozuna
back to the Marlins days.
Probably just because of the maybe not necessarily the player, but the needs of the Red Sox and everything that they have going on. And
as far as another pitcher, Odorizzi, I think you can get him on a 3 for 39 to 3 to 45 deal, somewhere in that range. I think he's worth it. He had a good year with the Twins before he got hurt in August. He had a couple good years. I believe he came to he's been in the Twins for a while. He's a pretty solid starter. And then if you really want to splurge, on offense, Real Moto is the guy for me. I think you can move Vasquez. I think he's a 270, 280 hitter. He can hit for power. He can hit for RBIs. He gets on base a lot. He's not the defensive guy that Vasquez is, but he's going to add to that offense. I think you got to avoid it. You got to avoid at first. You have a void at second base offensively. And I think he's 29. You could probably get the Buster Posey treatment. You can shift him over to first year or two. And he's still going to be 5 for 90 is the deal that's offered right now. You could pay him 5 for 100, and you're paying 20 million for a first baseman that's going to hit 270, 25 home runs, 100 RBIs. I mean, that's a bargain in my eyes. So,
yeah, Vasquez is a good trading chip for a reason. He's a catcher that can hit, and he's elite defensively. And never mind the contract, Bill. A catcher that can hit that is elite defensively does not come around often, and we know that the Red Sox value that. So we talked about this before, and packaging a Benintendi in Vasquez, moving some money, and going for Real Muto. Well, I'm kind of backtracking on that, especially if you want him to go to first, because you got Daubach in the system. You got some hitters in the system. Rafael Devers' projection should be over to first because he's not that good of a third baseman.
He's just waiting for
Stop
JD.
interrupting me.
Sorry.
And I'm not spending that amount of money on a 29-year-old catcher that should move to first base. That's where I'm going with it. But, Ray, I want your opinion. Will the Red Sox make any big splashes on any of these guys, or should we expect some dribble and drab as we move into the season?
Dribble and drab. I think they're just going to, like I said in our text chain, go for the farm system, replenish that, because Dombrowski obviously fucked that up by going all in to get that World Series win and pretty much destroyed it. So I think it's just going to be players that go down in the farm system. That's it.
I don't hate that route either, honestly. Yeah. I mean, if you're not going to compete, that's why I said to you guys yesterday, Trevor Bauer, 1 year, 30 million. If you're not a Trevor Bauer away from being a contender. So why spend the money on that? If you can build your farm system, I mean, you're going to take some chances on a couple of these guys. If you want to add, you're going to look at the Odoruzzis, the Paxtons, the Tanakas. Those are the guys you're going to get. You're not going to get frontline starters, because I don't think Trevor Bauer is worth $30 million, especially coming over in the.
I just look at, and maybe this was a John Lester decision, but John Lester signs for $5 million. Like,
he hates the Red Sox, though, and
that's probably why he didn't come here, Bill.
When he goes to the Hall of Fame, he's going in as a Cub. I don't mean to interrupt, and it pisses me off.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see who the ownership is when he goes to the Hall of Fame, and we'll see what Theo has to say about that. I I'm with you, Ray. I think, Bill, you're with us too. They're not making any of these splashes. That I think that, and I've said this before. I'm kind of for it. At least they're going. At least they're scouting and they have a plan and they're trying to stay true to that plan. And we. The only problem is they said that expect a series of moves before the season. They didn't say splashes. They said splashes in 2022, which. Fine, I'm fine with that. Like, if you want to trade Benintendi to the Marlins, who the latest report today was on Tuesday that the Marlins are back in heavy and they have the prospects to do it. Fine, do it. That's fine. And then go spend some money in 2022. No problem. Chris Sale should be back. Chris Sale after Tommy John should be stronger than he was probably in 2 seasons before he got the surgery.
They're gonna baby back bitch him back too, which I'm all for.
Yeah.
All
this
for.
This is a baby step season. So I am kind of all for that, but I'm also with you, Bill. This is still Boston. This is still the Boston Red Sox. It's not the NFL. It's not the NBA. You don't need a tank for anything. You should still try and compete, stay under the luxury tax, bring guys in that can support your locker room, bring guys in that can either, excel your young guys or be an impact on the field.
Just hope you can catch fire like 13. You Mike Napoli, fucking David Ross, Ryan Dempster, all those guys that Shane Victorino, all those guys, you just kind of brought them in. It was basically a bridge year. You caught fire, you won a World Series. That's the hope with some of these guys. You get these veteran guys that you're going to, like everything you just said, help to bridge the young guys. There's still some leadership voids you can make there with Betts gone. Ortiz gone. There hasn't been a real leader there since. You saw Ortiz go down. So if you get some of these veteran guys, maybe you catch fire. I don't think it's going to happen, but
no, and you don't need to win the World Series.
No, but get to the playoffs. You can steal a wild card.
Marathon. This is our fucking city, 2013.
But just think, Cleveland butchered their team. They tore down their whole team. Right? They were a playoff team last year. You could sneak in. I know they had 7 teams last year, but you start losing a lot of games for COVID. You might get that 7 playoff team, and you could maybe
you can still get young guys. I think is it ESPN? I forget who had Alex Verdugo is ranked 4th best center fielder in the bigs. So they got young good talent that they need to continue to groom. And I just want a baseball season. I'd like a team not to be shit. I
just want my fantasy baseball season.
Try.
I can't
No
wait.
one gives a shit about that. Final baseball news before we get out. We have to touch on it. The Mets GM Jared Porter has been fired. Ex-Red Sox employee Jared Porter has been fired before seeing the season start because of sending dick pics in 2016, aka the old Brett Favre. This will be 2 years in a row, right? Or pretty close. The timing gets a little bit screwed up, but it was Carlos Beltran who signed as the manager that didn't make it to the field because of the Astros cheating scandal, and now Jared Porter, the GM of the Mets, that won't make it to the start of the season because of sending dick pics.
Dude, didn't they just hire him like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, they hired with the new regime with Ballmer there who bought the Mets. Cohen, sorry, not Ballmer's Clippers.
Fucking idiot! He didn't even know this woman. No idea. She didn't even think he was hitting on her until she got dick pics. She was some. ESPN's had this story since 2017. Did I say something wrong?
Yeah, you can't say. That's a bad one. You can't say.
Oh, sorry.
She was some foreign one. Oh my god. It's worse. He said it like it wasn't a thing.
No, the best part was when you were laughing. He goes, "Wait, did I say something wrong here?"
Oh my god.
We'll just cut that, right?
All right, this has been the Simple Mind Sports Show. Dark 30. I hope you enjoyed the baseball talk, you old bastards. And if you work through the beep at the end there, I'm pretty sure you can understand what Bill is saying if you're in that same generation. So we'll see you. We'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.